Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher risk. Start your week by installing your game plan. An offensive and defensive game plan has been pre-selected based on your weekly opponent tendencies. Change your game plan anytime before starting. Each week you can focus train 3 players for extra experience. Once you've made your game plan, choose to start training and head down to the field. This is the player card. Here you can see your player's strengths and weaknesses by looking at...
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos taking on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
And off we go from Denver. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back on this one. So the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round. Ended up going in the second. and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until near the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. That'll bring up second down.
Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy in the perimeter, he makes you go.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Throwing his lock on third down. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Tennessee offense set to go to work for the first time, and at QB, the man signed to a big 4-year deal back in March. That's Ryan Tannehill.
Not only did Ryan Tannehill resurrect his career in 2019, he may now serve as a blueprint for quarterbacks looking for a second opportunity. He moved from Miami to Tennessee, took over the starting job for Marcus Mariota in Week 7 last year, and wound up leading the NFL in quarterback rating. And the Titans went 8-3 in his 11 starts, snuck into the playoffs, and went to the AFC Championship game. His future is bright in Nashville, and he expects to be the starter there for many years to come.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Nice play on the ball by A.J. Brown, and he comes up with the reception. He had a terrific 2019 as a rookie. The first one since 1970 to go over 1,000 yards receiving and average over 20 yards per catch.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Tannehill throwing complete there to Humphries.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
15 yards on the play, first down.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries.
Seriously.
2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Seventh play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is brought in at the 21.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Titan football. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's back to throw here to start the drive.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Running from the gun with Henry. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for them to start things out. To throw is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he fires one, but incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And we remind you, still one more game to get to before we put a bow on week 1. It comes up at the conclusion of this one. Titans and Broncos in the AFC from Mile High, and that ought to be one worth staying up for.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target.
And now it's second down.
Lock on the give. It's Lindsey.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 40.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side.
And he will have a Titans first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the 50, it's Tannehill. They'll roll him out.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage. And that is a tough one to trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's second down.
Second down and 10.
To throw again. Locke. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. And it's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. Pass caught by Jerry Jeudy, his first NFL catch. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 16-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. Austin Eckler, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. 31-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, to call it a defensive battle would be an understatement. 0-0 is our score. We'll be looking for something in that second half as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Khalif Raymond now. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to fight.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Obviously, in hindsight, he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup there.
At the 26-yard line.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on second down. Tannehill looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Tennessee.
Draw play. This is Henry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35.
He's taken down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Tannehill. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. A 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Over the middle here to Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. Oh, look at this. Down on the field still. That's Derrick Henry, the running back. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the rookie runner
from App State, it's Darrington Evans.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Here's Tannehill. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath. Relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On second down, it's Lindsay. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
McManus now for the extra point. It's good to make it 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Uncorks one for Davis. He's got a man, complete.
do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 62 yards. And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 6-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver's offense ready to go again. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Lock working out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Lock. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun. He'll look downfield for Humphreys.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Oh, it's real easy to celebrate the throw there, but this was all about the protection because he had all day to sit back, survey the situation, and then really step into that one. He wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of his offensive line, though.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for the running back, Derrick Henry. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Tannehill. That he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They snap it to Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. And they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there,
but now it'll be 3rd down. To throw his lock. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Tannehill. Throw left side complete. It's Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And the Titans 1st down.
Now it's Tannehill. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler Gostkowski. This from long, very long range. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler Gostkowski. This from long, very long range. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air. But it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Steven Gostkowski set to kick off.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
First throw of overtime for Locke. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball...
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Denver, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game.